So today guys, I'm going to take you on a very special tour. This is a place that I have visited for quite some time, and it is located in Mt Kenya Forest. And this time we are going to visit a dam that is known as Hombe Dam in around a town called Sagana, because people get confused. There are two Sagana towns. One is in Kirinyaga and the other one is in Nyeri County. So guys, here I'm actually driving through the Sagana town. It's quite a small town which has old houses, and actually new ones have been constructed lately. And this is where actually Sagana State Road is located, but you cannot actually film it because it is prohibited. But it is the last town before you head to the Hombe Dam. So here we have now left the Sagana town and we are actually heading to the forest. And here you can actually see the KWS officers who are manning this gate, but it is unpaid. And here you can see actually the Aduthi guy coming from the forest, because top there are some farms, so probably he was there to visit his farm. So these tarmacs actually will take you through to a hotel which closed down due to COVID. We will get the name later on. So the forest is quite nice. Actually, elephants come here. I have encountered elephants for maybe 2 to 3 times. So we actually stopped there for some pictures, and we are heading right down to the Hombe Dam. And actually here we are going to leave the tarmac off-road for some time. Okay, for probably 400 meters. As you can see that the road is nicely leveled and the drainage works perfectly, so any car can actually visit Hombe Dam and get an experience that will just last forever in your mind. At this point we have to leave our vehicle behind, because from this point I actually love to walk through the forest. And this road extends up to Ragati Dam, which I did a video earlier a couple of months ago. So we are going to walk through the left road up to the dam. Is actually 200 meters, and you will just have the scenery. Actually these trees were planted during the Moi era, and I just like how they are aligned in a very special way, so that you can actually see the end of the trees and the leaves on the ground. Actually, this is a disclaimer. There are elephants on this dam. As you can see, this is an elephant or mud on his body who has scratched his body on the trees. And actually all the trees around the dam have these marks. So I'm actually showing you how the elephants try to scratch their body on these trees. So as you can see, mud on the trees. Yes, on that tree, and it's actually very tall, around 2 meters. So all these trees, you can see the elephants come here to scratch yourself. So actually that's the Hombe Dam we are visiting. Yes, you can see the beautiful scenery around the dam, and wow, that is very magnificent. You can see the dam. So a local guy told me that this dam is actually, the water levels are quite low, so he told me I come and see the dam. But when I reached at the time, I was so shocked, because the last time I left the dam, water levels was where I am pointing at. I cannot actually believe it, because this water level is quite low, very low actually, because as you can see, it is on the dry season. But I have visited this place on a dry season and I have never seen this dam this low on water levels. And so here I'm actually going to walk you to the end of the dam. Actually, it is a Y-shaped dam, so we are actually going to visit just one end of the dam. So let's just walk through. People around the forest come to feed their cattle in the forest, and this is a drinking point, is a water drinking point for the cattle. And actually, also elephants come here to drink the water from the forest and some other wild animals. So, okay, I've never actually seen wild animals coming to drink water from the dam, but in the forest, because I have ventured into the forest, I have actually seen elephants which are quite wild. So, whenever you see an elephant in the forest, please just keep your distance and stay away because they are very, very violent. The dam is quite long, so just bear with me. I'm walking at a very, very slow pace. So let's just walk to the end. But this is not where the path used to be. It was actually along those trees there is a path because all these trees, the last time I was here, was filled with water. So guys, on the right side of the dam, that's where it ends. Actually, there is a road that passes on the end of the dam leading to Ragati Dam. And at that point, Ragati Dam is actually around 5 kilometers. So it's quite an easy route to connect to Ragati Dam. So let me show you pictures of Hombe Dam, which I took in the previous years, and show you how the water levels was quite high. So, and you just see the comparison and just realize that climate change is taking a toll on our forest and water bodies. So here guys, you can actually see animals grazing in the dam. Actually, where they are grazing was all water. And I'm actually standing on a road that's connected to the other sides of the dam. And all this place was filled with water. Even the road was actually filled with water sometimes back. So this dam had a very high capacity water storage. And actually, you can actually see the only water left on the dam here. So, guys, please plant trees wherever you are during the rainy seasons, in your homestead, in your farms, so that these can be reversed and we get back to where we are with lots of water in our rivers and forests. So we just left Hombe Dam and we have to connect to Chaka Ranch because we are going to Aberdare Forest to visit a waterfall in the forest. And here we found some, are they monkeys or baboons? Actually, don't know the difference, but one was quite charming because he had to come up to my driver's window and try to get a treat for me, but it is not advised to give them anything. So please, whenever you visit the forest, please, these monkeys or baboons, please don't feed them anything. So on this point here, I had to actually drive very, very slow because there were so many. They were actually crossing the road. So I had to drive very, very, very slowly. And so there is one that was quite cheeky. So I had to roll my window up because they are wild animals. They can actually harm you and try to get a treat from you forcefully. So, and he was actually keeping following me until the very end. So whenever guys you try and find these animals, please don't feed them because they can be quite aggressive whenever they see anybody walking past them. So please try as much not to feed them. So from Mt Kenya Forest, we went to Chaka and then to Kiganjo till to Nyeri to the road that connects to Nyahururu town. So that's why we were able to get to Aberdare National Park. So we went there because we wanted to locate a waterfall there which was not named on River Mulingato. So we were actually heading there to see that waterfall, and here is the waterfall, guys. So guys, we are actually in Aberdare Forest, and this is Mulingato River in Aberdare Forest, and you can actually see there is a waterfall that is quite nice. So this waterfall, how we came to know about it is through a KWS post in Instagram where they had said that people should go and try to name the waterfall. So I decided, let me try and visit the waterfall and find a waterfall name for it. So how we got to the waterfall was quite interesting because when we alerted the vehicle, we actually found out that a leopard had actually killed a giant forest hog. So our guide Danui was quite cautious because he could not know of any possible attack on us, whether the leopard was around on any other wild animal, because actually buffaloes were around the waterfall near the Mulingato bridge, I think the Regina bridge. So we had to walk down to the waterfall, and the interesting part of the waterfall is that animals come here to drink water and have a bath, which is quite unusual because of the noise of the waterfall, because it's noisy and the animals really like a cool place such that they can be able to hear a predator coming to prey on them. So this waterfall was quite unique because, as you can see down the fall, there is a small pool where animals can have a bath and drink water. Yes, it was actually interesting to find such a waterfall, and the landscape was quite amazing, though quite scary because here it's a water point for wild animals. So we were very, very cautious, and I want to thank our guide Tanui because he had our time. He tried to do everything he can to keep us safe from the wild animals trying to drink water from the waterfall. I have visited so many waterfalls, and actually this was my 100th waterfall to visit, and was quite unique because I have never seen a waterfall where wild animals come to drink water from, because the waterfall is quite noisy and animals tend to visit places where they are quite silent, because they can be able to hear predators trying to come and prey on them. So this waterfall was quite unique, and I decided to name it Wild Pool Falls because the uniqueness in how animals try to. So interestingly, on this Moringato River on the Regina Bridge, we actually had to find another second waterfall, which was not quite small, but quite large because it is actually around 3 meters, 4 meters tall. So, and actually this is another water point for animals to come and drink water, and it was quite interesting. So this waterfall, we actually had to name them Wild Pool Bath Falls. Waterfall chasers, you can try and visit Aberdare National Park and visit this waterfall because it's quite not visited by so many people. So it's a new gem. You can try and find it, and trust you me, it's worth your time, it's worth your hike. So waterfall chasers, please make sure you visit this waterfall. I highly recommend you to visit this waterfall in Aberdare Forest, and try and post the waterfall so that you can encourage other people to try and visit the waterfall, and let's promote waterfall tourism.